All right, everybody, welcome to East to West Bets. It's your boy Stevie and Dirk coming at you live.
What's
We
happening?
are recording Dirk at 11 p.m., basically. Dirk time. Man's grinding.
Dirk time.
Dirk time. I got my dinner here.
Grub
Burritos,
time.
sweet potato fries.
Shout
College
out
football
Taco
last
Tuesday.
week. Shout out Taco Tuesday. How was it for you, Dirk? How'd the results? Were they good, bad? Your underdog hit, Barking Dog, both of ours hit,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, Kansas and you had what, San Jose State?
Yep.
Yep.
hmm
I mean,
Insane bag pull, as you told me.
yeah. Did I say that really?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I probably just said it was crazy. I don't know. And my best bet, Cougs over that cash.
hmm
And what your so did yours? Penn State minus 14 or
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah, against
It's
UW.
g-
Whatever it was, didn't
I
matter. They killed him.
right got a little too overzealous with a few plays, but that's just learning. Gotta tone it down because like sometimes like there's all these games going on, you feel like you're missing out, but you're like, oh, let me get on this, and then you lose. You're like, dude, why didn't I just?
It's the same with college basketball. I mean, there's
Yeah,
350 Division One teams, and it's like it's way
yeah,
easier to lose 15 than to win 15. That
yeah,
summer, you know. So
100%.
yeah, but we'll start off with some games we like this week. So Dirk, take it away. What do you like?
All right, I got a good one for you here. Boston College at SMU. I'm gonna take Boston College plus 17 and a half. That's a big spread. SMU's been a damn good team this year. Like I've been riding them all year. They're 8-1. They got a shot to make the playoff. But Boston College, they beat Syracuse last week. I had Syracuse plus two, and they won by 9, so that was tough. Um, they're starting Grayson James over their other quarterback, Thomas Castellanos, the butt chin Bryant, or what's
Yeah,
their
Bill
coach's
O'Brien,
name?
Butchin.
Bill O'Brien. Yeah, butt chin O'Brien said today they're starting a new quarterback. So hopefully they get some juice. They still need one more win to get bowl eligible this year. So I like take Boston College to cover that spread for me, even though it's in SMU. I don't think it matters.
I like it. Yeah. Also, Boston College just benched their starting quarterback,
Yeah,
and
that's what I just
typically,
said.
I know, but what I'm saying is,
Oh,
like
okay.
trend wise, teams perform well when they bench their quarterback.
True.
So it's a good point. My computer basically just crashed on me, so I'm gonna have to do
Oh,
a free ball my
blind.
next bet.
Oh no.
I know.
Want me to shoot
So
another one?
no, it's fine. Yeah, go
Uh,
ahead, shoot another one for me, Dirk, if you
while
don't
you
mind.
shit's getting after it here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going. Listen, this is going to be an ugly game. Penn State minus 28 and a half at Purdue. I'm gonna hammer this shit, bro. I've took last week I alt spread Purdue. I get up to plus 44 versus Ohio State, and I threw a buck on it and it lost. So I mean, they're I don't know why I did. It's just remember what I said earlier. You feel like you can make money on every game, but even that loss. So, but I like it's a lot of points. But Penn State's gonna skull fuck the Boilermakers, and I'm all in for it, honestly. So, you
Yeah,
know, give me
I think
the
college football
Lions.
rankings just came out. Penn State's at 4 right now, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's
Um.
Ohio State at too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oregon at 1.
mid.
All right. Computer's back up. Game I like is UCLA plus 3.5 against UW. Both teams are fighting for bowl eligibility here. Watch it because next week UCLA plays USC, so they can still win. But next week UW plays Oregon, they're not going to win. If they had needed
Imagine
one
if
more
they do
win.
though.
Fun fact:
Be fucking crazy.
no team that made the Natty the year before has missed a bowl game the following year. That was not on probation. Happened once in 1958, and it was Auburn. They were on probation.
Man.
But Michigan and UW both at risk. Fun fact.
Also,
Washington's
another fun fact. Let me
yeah.
get in this
Talk
real
to me.
quick. Dan Lanning has never beat Washington, so that's all I'm gonna say. Continue.
Well, Washington's always been good, except this year.
Am I wrong though? He's never beat the Huskies. Just like Ryan Day's never beat Michigan. It's the same. Like, so we'll
Good
see.
point.
No,
Are we betting
sorry to
Michigan
interrupt.
next week?
Hammer it, brother.
Yeah,
Fucking
it's,
hammer
have
that
they
shit.
played? Anyways, moving on. Washington's lost 3 of their last 4. It's 5-5. They're just depleted. Like mentality gone. They're like, we went from a natty, now we have to be bowl eligible. Washington offense in their last 3 games are averaging 16 points scored, which is not very good. UCLA started 1-5. Since then, they're 3-0 straight up and 3-0 against the spread, and they've been underdogs in all 3 of those games. They've had wins over Rutgers and Iowa, who have both beat UW this year. UCLA is 4-1 ATS on away games this year too. So UCLA travels, they're covering the number well. We talk about field goal, like +3, -3. If it falls to 3.5, 2.5, it's a very key number. So you're getting 3.5 here. On the other side, Washington has nosedived. They've started 4-1, and now they're 5-5. Momentum's clearly on the side of the dogs here. UCLA is performing well the last 3-4 weeks. UW is not. I'm going to take UCLA road dogs here +3.5.
Are the Huskies gonna start the other quarterback too?
There's rumors about that, but I don't think
Yeah.
Fish, the coach, has really said anything about it.
I mean, dude, you've seen Will Rogers all year. He's not it. So
No,
I mean,
he's not it at all.
at least the other guy can run, right? So
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
he's a
Just
freshman too.
yeah, yeah.
It's Mike Leach. He's putting a curse on Will Rogers for going to UW. R.I.P. Because Will Rogers at Mississippi State with them. Now he goes to
No.
UW. Like Mike Leach. Nah. Mike Leach like screw you, man. Just
Well, in
talk.
his defense, his head coach died on him. So I mean, I would have left too.
Well, I'm not saying he shouldn't have left, but he goes to
Should have
like
went to
UW.
Michigan, is where he should have
When
went.
Mike Leach coaches at WSU for like 10 years,
No,
goes
I
to
know
the
what you're
rival.
saying.
Yeah. Hey, Michigan just got is it Miller Moss?
Ew, did they really? Wait,
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
mid-season?
He just said he's going to the transfer portal and basically said he's going to Michigan.
Ew, that's fucking gross, dude. There's this one guy that's in the transfer portal that like teams are gonna pay like $10 million for. Or maybe he's like a new kid coming out. I don't know. Quarterback. I'm not giving you any information here, but I was like, damn, 10 million bucks for
Dude,
NIL? Like that's fucking crazy.
Oregon State. Somebody asked Oregon State coach how much NIL it'll cost to keep his roster in check, and he's like up to 10 million. It's like imagine what
At
SEC,
Oregon State? Oh
right?
my
That's what he said.
God,
Now imagine what like Bama or like
dude.
Georgia's saying.
Oh, hundreds.
Dude,
That's
it's insane. Be
that's
interesting to see what
fucked.
happens to Indiana this year. People start transfer after this year. People start transferring.
Yeah,
But
after they win
you
the
want me to take
Natty.
on? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go ahead, do
Go
another.
go Hoosiers. All right, next up we got a morning game on Saturday. Or wait, no, this is I believe Friday night. I'm sorry. Yeah, Friday night. Wyoming, Colorado State.
Oh,
Yeah, in Colorado. Colorado's perfect against the spread in conference play. They're 10-point favorites. If we're just looking at the Mountain West standings right now, Colorado State is in second. They started off the year kind of slow. I think they started off 0-2. Now they're 4-0 in conference, 6-3 overall. They're half the tiebreaker over UNLV. And if they want to get to the championship game, they need to win out. Wyoming, bottom feeders. They're absolutely terrible. 2-7 on the year. They're 1-4 at home on the road. They also are 2-6 on the year covering this number. This is definitely I don't see how this is not a play on team for Colorado or play on spot for Colorado State here. So um, I'm taking Colorado State -10 at home Friday Night Lights. Yep.
let's ride.
What do you got next, Dirk? Wow, I take a bite of my burrito.
I'm taking a team you took last week with your dog, San Jose State. Taking them plus 13.5 at home versus Boise State. San Jose State, obviously they beat Oregon State last weekend. They're they have a top five passing offense in the country. The guys are averaging 330 yards a game, and their defense is like middle of the pack, whatever. But I don't know. Boise State hasn't looked that great recently. Since I feel like Genty's been kind of found out. I mean, he's still gonna win the Heisman. He's still awesome, but they barely scraped by Nevada last week and barely beat UNLV a couple weeks before. So I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty large number that San Jose State's going to be able to cover at home under the lights at a night game. So, or oh my God, I can't remember what I just said. I'm going to take San Jose State though, plus 13
Yeah,
and a half.
I like that. And looking at the line too, I can kind of even see a case for the over here.
Yeah,
Boise State's offense, high score with Genty, and like you said, San Jose State's quarterback can sling that thing.
yeah,
61.5. I like that.
yeah.
Um, for me, next up, I got Georgia versus Tennessee.
Georgia.
Okay, but I'm not taking a side here. I'm looking at the total. I'm gonna do under 48.5. Carson Beck, that guy's been cheeks lately, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I was looking at ever since Mississippi State, where he threw 2 picks. 3 weeks ago against Texas, 0 touchdowns, 3 picks, 56%. Against Florida, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks, 62% completion. Last week, Ole Miss, 0 touchdown, 1 pick, 186 yards on 20 completions. Like, not that guy. Also, Tennessee's quarterback can't score either. Um, he hasn't thrown for more than 1 touchdown pass since last week in Mississippi State. I mean, before that, 6 games without more than 1 touchdown pass. They just don't throw. He doesn't throw. He's averaging like 20 to 25 attempts per game. He is
yeah,
in concussion protocol though. So maybe they'll perform a little better offensively if he doesn't play. But it's in Georgia. I think they're going to be fired up. I was on them last week, wrong side. But Georgia's front line is like all going to be in the NFL. Or Tennessee's front line is all going to be in the NFL. They're going to give Carson Beck a lot of trouble. Georgia's defense is still pretty solid at home. I like the under here a lot. So right now it's at 42.5. No, 48.5. 48.5. So yeah, I'm
yeah.
definitely going to play the under.
Yeah, it feels like a lot. A lot of those SEC games are always like 20 to 17 and low scoring
Especially with
games like
a lot
that.
of playoff implications on the line here. I think it's going to be really
Yeah.
tight defensively.
Georgia
And a
has
lot
to
of
win, so I mean,
Yeah, really conservative offensive play calling. So,
yeah,
yeah, I like the under here a lot.
hell yeah, I'm with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bet it. See, do I have any other? Oh, I got one more game. I'll give it to you. I got. This is a revenge game for Dirk's bank account.
Mm.
Tulane at Navy. You already knew where I was coming with this one.
Oh gosh,
Listen, we all know what
don't do
yesterday
it.
was. No, hear me out. Yesterday was Veterans Day. Obviously, thank you to the veterans for letting me be able to do this podcast in front of millions of people. That being
R.I.P. Grandpa
said,
Bob.
RIP. Was he what are you serving?
He was a nom.
Was he?
He
Shout out,
was, and dude, that guy
Grandpa
was a
Bob.
warrior. He
Hell
was a
yeah.
warrior. Yeah, continue
Love
though.
it. I love it. But, all this good stuff aside, Tulane is going to beat the fuck out of Navy this week, and I can't wait for it. Give me the green wave. The last 2 games they played, they've won by a combined 86-9, and Navy is cheeks. I nothing I want to see more right now than Tulane beat the fuck out of Navy. So, give me Tulane. Money line.
I took a turn.
But,
Nah.
well, there goes
All right.
our USAA partnership opportunity.
They were just in the DMs too,
They were,
so
they were. Damn,
not
that's
gonna let
tough.
that. Yeah. All right. Not backing the troops on this one.
No, not this week.
All right. Okay. Next up in a game I like. So we'll get into. I got some talking points after this, but just a game I like is Oregon minus 14 against Wisconsin. I like Wisconsin isn't nearly what they're like used to be. Um, right now they're 5-4 on the year, 3-3 in the conference, just above UW. They kicked the shit out of Rutgers, and they beat Northwestern. Other than that, I mean, 42-10 against Bama, they lost. 42-10 against Iowa, they lost. 28-13 against Penn State. They beat South Dakota 27-13. They lost to USC 38-21. So any team that has somewhat of a capable offense, they get smacked. And you can make a case all those games at home, it doesn't matter. They lost 42-10 at home against Bama. And I I just don't see how Oregon doesn't just put the beat down on them here. Oregon, number one team in the country, their offense right now is electric. 39-18 last week against Maryland, 38-17 against Michigan, 38-9 against Illinois, 35-0 against Purdue, 31-10 against Michigan State. I mean, they're scoring at least 30 in every single game this year. Then you're gonna ask Wisconsin to what if you think Oregon scores what 34? You're gonna ask Wisconsin to score 21 on them, which they just don't do. Um, so I like Oregon minus 14. They don't have a look ahead spot in my opinion. If we're even looking at team total here, Oregon's at 33 and a half points. I would also look to hit that over. But those are the two plays that I'm really liking this weekend. Another one though is if Arizona State's running back plays, take them +9 against Kansas State. Dude's also a stud. Um, he's averaging like 189 yards on the year. Didn't play last week, and they beat whoever they beat last week. I should probably know this, but UCF. So 7-2 Arizona State.
Sneaky 7-2 team, like they haven't gotten.
Mm-hmm.
I have them in
No attention.
my parlay of the week. We'll talk about that later.
Just a talking point here, Dirk. I
So
want your expert take on it.
hit me.
It is does LSU gonna give a shit against Florida? Like they're out to play off LSU, and they're at Florida +4.5. Do you think LSU is like a letdown spot, or do you think they'll actually come to play?
Mm, It depends how much they hate Brian Kelly because if he loses this game, he might get fired like straight up. So I like you have to ask the players like, do they give a fuck about this guy and his fake fucking Cajun accent, dude? Like
Dude,
after last week's fucking annihilation, I think the players are just so checked out. I don't think
like
they fucking care anymore.
part of me wants to bet Florida, but again, it's
I
Florida.
did
We were
last
on the
week
wrong
and
side of that.
ho-
We both
horror.
were.
Man, that felt like a lock, bro. 21. This game was over after the first quarter.
I was just about to say that.
Man, they're on the shit
Yeah,
list forever, dude. Fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. College kids, you never know what you're gonna get, but I've always hated Brian Kelly, so if he gets canned, that'd make me
Yeah.
happy. So
You remember that video of that recruit where he was like dancing with him and
yeah,
hold up
and
that,
this
but then
the circle thing.
yeah, they didn't commit
Yeah,
there.
dude.
We saw enough.
Yeah, see, you know
Brian
what Jim
Kelly,
Harbaugh?
but
I was gonna say, you know what Jim Harbaugh did? He had sleepovers with his players. That's how he got their fucking commitments.
Brian Kelly is responsible for killing somebody too.
Oh, then he should be coaching at Georgia.
Like
Why is he
like
at
when he was
LSU?
at Notre Dame, there was like 35, 40 mile per hour winds, and he had, excuse me, a student manager go up to film, and the wind knocked him over and he died. Like I'm dead serious. Yeah, remember that?
Jeez, brother,
You're almost 30. I forgot your memories like that. Yeah,
I said you missed my joke. I said Brian Kelly should be coaching at Georgia then, since he's killed.
honestly though, maybe they'll
Oh,
switch.
yeah.
Kirby Smart and Brian Kelly to trade for each other. All right, moving on though. Barking dog. Dirk. Both are barking dogs cash. I think,
Cashed.
and even back-to-back weeks cash.
Right.
So, who do you got this week? Who's barking for you?
Who's barking again? Dude, I'm going right back to where I just was. I'm going Kansas again at BYU. BYU is undefeated. They won the Holy War last week. Hoorah. This team should have like 3 losses this year, and Kansas is going to give them their first, baby. I'm all in on the Jayhawks. They're fucking. Man, this team should be a lot better than what their record is right now. Like, they should have at least 3 more wins. They're +3 right now. And I mean, oh, I just almost knocked over my water. Sorry. Kansas +3, and they're due for a big win. And I'm gonna go money line on this one. I really love it, honestly. they're gonna lose. They just have to lose. They're not good. So
All
I
right.
don't. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respect. I
No.
got two barking dogs. Well, I talked about it earlier. If Arizona State's running back plays, they're my barking dog. But the one I'm going to take no matter what is the Cornhuskers of Nebraska against USC. Okay, Miller Moss already said he's gone.
Michigan
US
legend.
like I don't know. Yeah, Michigan legend. I don't know how
Future.
Lincoln Riley still has a job. That guy's
Yeah.
terrible.
He is. He
Like
sucks.
USC also, they're. I just want to double check this real quick, but they are. Yeah, 4-5. They need to win two games to make a bowl. That means they have to win this week, and then they have to win against UCLA. Nebraska needs one more for a bowl game. And on deck, Nebraska has Iowa, which is like, or they have Wisconsin and Iowa. Okay. Which, who knows? But I think they want to get that taken care of. I think Nebraska cares a lot more about this game with the freshman quarterback than USC does right now. Like, I think Lincoln Riley knows he's gone, and they know they're not making a bowl. They're just fucking done. And you're going to give me 9 points with Nebraska? I'll take Nebraska with the 9 and a little sprinkle on the money line.
I love corn, man. Corn's great.
Corn.
Corn with the grease.
Corn with the grease. I don't know
You
that.
can the little kid on the TikTok.
Oh, yeah. It's corn.
It's cone.
Oh,
I love
that
it.
is what he says.
Dude, I literally say that to my sister's dog. I'm like, "Hey Bennett, you want me to make some?" I'm not even kidding. I say, "Hey Bennett, you want me to make some cone?" And he knows what it's fucking popcorn. He'll run to the kitchen. It's the cutest thing.
What a good boy. Or good
He's
girl.
my he's a guy. He's a good friend.
Good. All right.
Anyways, I
Good,
like it.
good boy.
Go
Yeah.
Cornhuskers.
Anyway, high enough. Dirk, too
High
high? Are we
enough.
not high enough? What do we got?
We
We
are
hit
not
this.
high
I hit
enough.
mine. We hit ours last week too. So
Yeah. I had a best bet as my over in the cash. So
that's right.
high enough. Listen, North Texas at UTSA. It's at 72.5, so they're expecting a lot. We're going to get even more. Every single game these teams play, like it's legit like 50-40 every single game, and it's fucking amazing. And this is I don't even what conferences are they MAC? Like I generally don't even know.
No, they're in Conference USA.
Oh, sure. I used to watch USA Network on TV, but that was a long time ago.
I went to for WWE.
Dude, those Friday nights, WWE, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Shit was hitting. We could do a whole tangent on fucking The Undertaker and why he's the GOAT, but we're
He was
not
in the
gonna.
Texas Florida broadcast booth actually.
I saw that, dude. I saw that.
Dog.
Yeah, he's a GOAT. But yeah, I like the over for that game. Probably gonna put my last paycheck on it, so not betting advice, so.
You know, crazy as this is, that was my as well.
Was it really?
It was. So
See, we're locked. That's how you know it's gonna lose, though.
yes, bet the under. Everybody bet the under. Yeah, man.
Uh,
So I was,
that's
yeah,
funny.
no analyst
No,
for
it's a
me.
lock, bro. It's a
No.
lock, straight up.
So yeah. Um,
It's just fun
I
football. That's what football's all about. Scoring points.
dude, last week Army doesn't play this week, but I was on Army. They went like 14 minutes, like
On that drive,
97 yards.
yeah.
Dude, I watched the whole thing live in live time. It was
That's
amazing.
also football. That's yeah. See,
Yeah.
that's why we prefer Army instead of Navy because they can do that. So
Respect the troops.
respect the troops.
Yeah. My sandwich game of the week.
Didn't do that.
It's all right. It's a little Stevie segment.
Yes.
I got Ohio State Northwestern. It's an ugly sandwich game. It's like Reuben. Nobody likes Reuben sandwiches. It's ugly.
What?
You like Reubens?
I'm about to disconnect from this call, brother.
Give
You
me a
don't like
sandwich
a
then.
Reuben?
No, man.
Dude.
What? Okay,
Or
then
wait,
what?
maybe I'm
What?
thinking of a Cuban.
I think you're thinking of a Cuban.
Cause Cuban's fucked, dude. Ruben's is that the one with like meatloaf? I don't even know.
No.
Oh, what? I hear you typing. What's on a Reuben?
Let me look.
We have to get to the bottom of this during
What's
this
on
podcast.
a Reuben sandwich? What's on a Reuben sandwich at Arby's?
Oh, it
Uh,
is meatloaf.
it's thin sliced corned beef.
Corned beef hash.
Um, yeah, crunchy and sharp sauerkraut, pumpernickel bread,
Yeah,
and
no,
4,000
I'm
island
out.
dressing.
Yeah, that
Okay, thanks,
sounds disgusting.
Terry. Yeah, it is.
Cuban though, Cubans are fucking great.
Cuban's solid. I love
No,
Cubans. Anyways,
no.
okay. Ohio State. You wouldn't think they'd have a look ahead spot beginning of the year, but who's on deck? The Hoosiers, baby. Number 5 in the nation. They got a bye too. Ohio State's playing Northwestern on the road. They got that like soccer stadium that holds like 7,000 people on the water. You're looking at 20-mile-per-hour winds on Saturday. It's gonna be an ugly game. Like it's gonna be gross. I heard that they're gonna bring in stands, but I don't know where they're gonna put them. If you've ever seen that, like there's like no room. 28.5-point dogs. This line is covered every Northwestern home game. I'll take it. Give me Northwestern plus 28.5.
I was looking at that too, and that like no points get scored there. It'll probably be like 20-3 or something like that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, exactly.
I think I read online that they're going to bring in blimps carrying bleachers, and then people will be strapped to the bleachers under the blimps, and then you can watch the
Just
games
hovering,
from above. Yeah, exactly.
just hovering over.
Dude, I'd pay like
I'd be,
$50 for that. That'd be fun.
I'd be terrified. I'm not a
And
height guy,
then when you get drunk, you can just puke all over the fucking field.
or just fall off into the Chicago Harbor.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
fall off like Brian Kelly's assistant or whatever.
All
Rip.
right, all right, man. All right.
You shouldn't have told me that information.
Yeah, no. I shouldn't have. Moving on.
Uh,
Parlay of the
that's
week.
funny.
Dirk,
Oh, let's get it.
talk to me. What do you got?
We have Boston College at SMU. I'm taking the over. 53.5. That's a low. Like both these teams can score. Like it should be at least 10 points higher in my opinion. Taking the probably just gonna straight bet that also. Taking the over on that, over 53.5. I'm taking Arizona State plus 9. I think even if their back doesn't play, I think they can hang tough. So I'm taking the Sun Devils plus 9 versus Kansas State, and then I'm taking Tennessee plus 10 versus Georgia. Georgia, as we talked about, their quarterback is fucking doo-doo cheeks, and Tennessee's still got a chance to make the playoff. So
Mhm.
they're gonna be SEC battle. What's Josh Heupel and the boys? So yeah, that's my
I like
parlay
it.
right there, boys. Lock it in.
I got a little 7-legger plus 23, 2,300. Washington State money line minus
Well, that's
525.
easy.
Northwestern plus 28.5. Arizona State alt line plus 10.
Oh, you don't trust the
Clemson
9?
10. Touchdown, extra point, and field goal.
Mm.
Clemson minus 410 money line against Pitt. Colorado minus 440 money line against Utah. Tennessee, Georgia under 48.5, and Oregon minus 14. $5 will give you a cool 110 on that. I would lock that in right now, which I actually am going to. So
So you know
moving
you're
on,
committed.
honestly. Best bet time. Dirk, best bets
Best
have
bet
cashed for us recently.
they have.
What do you got here? Who do you like?
All right, this is going to be some bird on bird crime.
Mm,
The same bird, but one is plural and one isn't. Which colleges are they?
Falcons,
They're red. It's a
Raven,
red. It's a
Red
red bird.
Hawk.
No, the
I don't know.
Cardinal.
Oh,
The
okay.
Cardinals versus the Cardinal. Louisville versus Stanford. Louisville minus 20. Fucking hammered this, bro.
Ooh.
This is the ultimate hammer. Like this is like when Thor comes down. He just, it's like I
That
mean,
big of a hit, huh?
this is some blood on blood, straight out of Compton fucking crime right here.
Wow.
Uh, Louisville has 3 close losses this year versus Notre Dame, SMU, and Miami, all top whatever 15 teams, and they beat the fuck out of Clemson last week. This team is hot, and Stanford is one of the worst teams in the country. Like straight up, they just got their backs blown out by NC State last week. They're on a they're on a 6 game losing streak. Their sky is falling. I couldn't tell you what's been good in Stanford since Andrew Luck left. I don't know. So this is an absolute hammer. This will probably be first quarter spread. You can -20 Louisville. It'll probably hit. So I mean, don't do that, but unless you want to, unless you want to be a millionaire, you're welcome. So yeah, that's my best bet. What about you?
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna hammer that.
As you
I talked
should.
about it a little bit earlier in the show, and I know there's not a lot I like on this board. But I really, really, really like Colorado State -10 Friday Night Lights, man. Talked about it earlier. Wyoming's dude, they're terrible. Like they're not good. And this game's in Colorado State, who is perfect ATS in Mountain West play this year. If they win, they're essentially they're fighting with UNLV for the championship right now. They hold a tiebreaker to get in and face Boise State. I don't see how Colorado State doesn't cover this. Give me the -10. Alt line 25 doesn't matter. They're gonna kick the shit out of Wyoming. That's
Parlay those best bets. You're making a lot of cash.
ooh,
That's all I'm saying.
that's
Maybe
what we've done the
why
last
haven't
two
we
weeks.
done that?
I
Wait,
have.
I haven't. You parlayed ours, really?
Hmm.
Damn. Trust
I'm
in the
like that.
boys. I love it. All right, you're different. All right, respect.
Yep. That wraps it up. Anything to add, Dirk?
Got another hurricane coming next week, so this might be the last podcast. It's been fun, boys.
The man's in Hurricane Central.
Dude, I'm going to Miami this weekend. I'm getting I'm not gonna remember anything. Gonna be have a good time. Gonna look at all my
Follow Dirk on
bets.
Twitter. Big Dirk bets for
Big
live
Dirk
updates.
bets. Yeah, I might go to the Hard Rock and live bet some
Ooh,
games. I think that'll be a good time. So we'll see
like
what
it.
happens. Yeah.
Love it. Mail your bets cash. Stevie Locks on Twitter. Big Dirk bets. Peace out.
Later.